अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। श्रीवासरङ्गपरकालमुनित्रयाप्तलक्ष्मात्मरक्षणैतेत्युगागमान्तम् आचार्यभक्तिपरिपूतमनर्गशीलं गोपालदेशिकमुनिं गुरुमाश्रयामः. Today is the most auspicious day, Sri Rama Navami, Janmadinam of our Sri Ramachandramurti, our Manatthukku Iniyan. Sri Rama took the avataram, appeared on this day. Asmad Acharyan Srimad Paravakotte Andavan Sri Gopaladesika Mahadesikan had written a series of books for each kandam called Ramabirane Karpom in such a lucid, simple, divine, chaste Tamil, easily comprehensible, easily understandable even by Adiyan, narrating the sweetness of Ramayanam. And the first book was up to Sita Kalyanam, the second book was up to Paduka Pattabhishekam. Like that he had released the books. Sri Nammalvar mentions in Thiruvaimazhi ஏழாம் பத்து அஞ்சாவது பதிகம், கற்பார் ராமபிரானையல்லால் மற்றும் கற்பரோ. Why would anyone learn anything but Rama? That means one needs to learn only about Rama, because he is the one who has no imperfections, who has only most auspicious Kalyana Gunams, auspicious virtues, attributes, and he has indescribable, most wonderful valor, veeram, parakramam, strength, and he is Jnanaswarupi. He is the personification of Satyam, Jnanam, Anandam, who is the Lord of all worlds, and he who is the one who establishes Dharma. He is the form of Dharma himself, Dharmo Vigrahavan, and he takes avataram only to protect the sadhus and destroy their enemies, the enemies of the sadhus. And he has long limbs, hands that touch the round, strong knees. He has the shoulders like the strongest mountains, and he has got a beautiful conch shell, shank, kalut, like conch shell, like beautiful round neck. He has got the kapolam, the round chubby cheeks, the broad divine chest, and he is the epitome of handsomeness. He is the only refuge for everyone, Sharanagata Rakshakan. He never ever swerves from his word. Ramor Dvirna Bibhashate. Rama never utters a word twice. Oru vil, oru shol, oru il means only one arrow enough, and only one word, no two words. He won't go back on his word. Oru il, Ekapatni Vratam. Rama possesses excellent superhuman qualities, and Rama accepts with cheer whether it is to take Yuvaraja Pattabhishekam or to go to the forest. The sad and unexpected turn of events in his life he accepts with the same facial expression. When he went to Kaikeyi's palace, where he was instructed to go to the forest, he had the same expression while he was coming back after being instructed to go to the forest. There is no difference in his expression. Vendrishare, Kamban says, Vendrishare Ilangayanai, Vendri Mal Veeran Oda Nindra Ramayanatin Nigandida Kadaigal Tamil, Ondrinai Paditor Damum, Uraitida Ketor Damum, Nandri Idi Endror Damum, Narakamadi Yeididare. Vendrishare Ilangayanai, Vendri Mal Veeran Oda Nindra, the one who conquered the king of Lanka, who is Rama. About him this Ramayana, Ramayanathin Kathaigal, Nigandida Kathaigal Tamil, those who read even the stories of this Ramayana and those who listen to such reading of those stories and those who say, wow, what a great story, such a divine epic Ramayana. So, ஒன்றினை அந்த ராமாயணத்தின் கதைகள் ஒன்றினை படித்தோர் தாமும் உரைத்திட கேட்டோர் தாமும் நன்று இது என்றோர் தாமும். All these three categories of people, those who recite, those who listen and those who say excellent, all of them, all those who do that will be blessed with the Sadgati. They would never ever reach Narakam. Narakamadi eididare. In fact, heaven is also a golden cage like hell. So, Narakam means heaven also. So, they would attain Sri Vaikuntha. So, what's so great about Ramayana? Why we are asked to learn? Srimad Ramayana is the greatest epic, the first and foremost dealing with Sri Rama and Sri Sita as the hero and the heroine, Nayakan and the Nayaki. Sage Narada explains and declares that mere listening and learning this epic story can grant us mental calmness, amaidi, peace, sense of fulfillment, true jnanam, carefree, nirbharo nirbhayosmi, carefree life, physical health, fearlessness, all this it would grant. Tushta pushta sudharmikaha nirmayohi arogyascha durbhiksha bhaya varjitaha. What more can we wish in the life? That's why Nammalvar said, Karpa Ramapiranayallal matrum Karparam. Why would anyone learn anything other than Sri Ramapiran? That is why Bhagavad Ramanuja learnt at the feet of Tirumalai Nambigal for 1 whole year and listened to the Kalakshepam of Srimad Ramayana and the brilliant, esoteric, deep, inner meanings of Srimad Ramayana. And that is why Tiruvaranga Tamudanar in Ramanuja Nuttandadi praises Ramanuja's involvement in the study of Srimad Ramayana. Padigonda Kirti Ramayanam ennu Bhakti Vellam Kudigonda Koyil Ramanusan. In fact, when the Veda Purusha took his incarnation, avataram, on the earth as Rama, as the son of Dasharatha, when Veda Purushan took this avataram, Vedam also took the avataram as Ramayana through sage Valmiki. Veda Vedye Pare Pumsi Jate Dasharathatmaje Veda Prache Dasad Asit Sakshat Ramayanatmanaha. There was a Kavi Murari, poet. He wished to write an epic, Anarga Ragama. And he was asked why he chose to write on the same oft-repeated Ramayana. Oft-repeated Rama. Why? He answered, it's not proper to leave out Rama for this reason. Because none has so far succeeded in completely recounting the auspicious qualities of Rama. None. So I might as well do as well. Here it is an epic that teaches practical lessons. How a ruler should rule, how citizens should lead their life, how parents should behave, how children should behave towards parents, how siblings should behave between each other, how in-laws need to be treated, how other members of family should interact with each other, how one should treat, regardless of their birth, treat them as a friend, as a brother, as a human being, as yet another being. All these things. It shows how to regulate life as the individual life, at the individual level, at the family level, at the level of society, and how to be in accordance with Dharma, everything we learn. This is not merely a story, it's also history, code of conduct, philosophy. It's a treatise, it's a treasure, all rolled into one. all meant to elevate the quality of life here as well as thereafter, Sadgati. Is there any other work which compared to this? Absolutely none. In fact, Srimad Ramayana is greater than Sri Rama himself. A mirror can only reflect the image of one standing in front of the mirror, and only for the duration of the person standing. But the mirror of this epic Ramayana reveals Rama eternally, forever. Rama could be seen and enjoyed only in his Vibhava Avatara, only by those who lived at that time. But Srimad Ramayana reveals the Lord, and thereby it purifies our lives even today. Sage Bharadwaja learnt from Valmiki. He was a Shishya of Sage Valmiki. He learned that Ramayana is the essence of all four Vedas. Ra, Ma, Ya, Nam. Ra refers to Rig Veda. Ma refers to Sama Veda. Ya refers to Yajur Veda. Na refers to Atharvana Veda. So learning Ramayana is equivalent to learning all four Vedas. In fact, Ramayana has got 24,000 syllables, 24,000 verses. And Gayatri has got 24 syllables. And I believe every 1,000th verse starts with the syllable of Gayatri mantra. Every Tapaswadhyayana starts with Ta, Tatsvavituhu. So every 1,000 is one syllable of Gayatri mantra. When Harita, the hunter, waylaid some Maharishis, they asked him to go to consult his family members. Because when Harita, the hunter, stopped the Maharishis, they said, "You are committing papams. Go and check with your family members whether they will share your papams." So he went and asked. None came forward, and he returned to the Maharishis in a very penitent mode, regretful mode, inquired, because of the papams, would he be eligible for any upliftment, any potential saving? Would he be saved? So he was eligible to be initiated into Rama Nama. The Maharishi replied, unlike the text of Vedas, there is no stipulation as to who can learn this Rama Nama and who cannot. No such qualification, prerequisite. There is none that has not attained liberation by doing this Rama Nama Japam. Luckily, Srimad Narayana is now taking avataram as Sri Rama in Ayodhya. Receive from us the Rama Nama mantra, and all blessings will be yours. So they advised him to repeat the word known to him as a hunter. Maram, meaning a tree by that name. Ekagra, Manasa Atraiva Mare iti Japa Sarvada. Adhyatma Ramayanam says. As he went on repeating it, it became Rama. Rama. That saved the hunter, and the hunter became none other than Sage Valmiki. So, such a wonderful way Swami had narrated the entire Ramayana in lucid Tamil Bhasha. Rama Nama is greater than Rama himself, he says, because Rama had to build a bridge across the ocean to march on foot his entire army of monkeys and others across to Lanka. But Anjaneya could jump effortlessly and literally fly over the ocean with absolute ease. How? By chanting Rama Nama. So, which is more powerful? Rama Namam is equivalent to the Sahasranama. As we all know, once Parvati had inquired Shiva, is there any way by which the learned ones, Pandita, could quickly recite the Vishnu Sahasranamam for paucity of time. Kena upayena laguna Vishnor-nama sahasra patyate pandite nityam shrotum ichchami aham prabho. Repeating the name of Rama is equal to reciting the entire 1,000 names of Lord Vishnu. Shiva responded to her. Shri Rama Rama Rame iti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Adi Shankara in his Rama Karnamritam says there is one center of all bliss. His slokam starts with Kalyananam Nidhanam Kalimalamathanam Pavanam Pavananam Patheyam Yen Mumukshoho Shabdi Parapada Praptaye Prastitasya Vishramassthanam Yekam Kavivara Vachasam Jivitam Sajjanana Bijam Dharma Durmasya Prabhavatu Bhavatam Bhutaye Ramanama. There is one center of all bliss, and that alone can remove the papam in Kali Yuga, the sins in Kali Yuga. That alone can purify us. It acts as the food parcel to mumukshu. Like when mumukshu, when the jivatma goes to the mumukshu, the desire of moksha, travels to Sri Vaikuntham. It is a takeaway food. It is a parcel during the journey to Paramapadam. It is beyond description even by the best of poets. It grants anandam, bliss on the virtuous. It is the very seed of dharma that sustains. And what is that? It is this Rama Namam. Rama Avatara was shown as practice when Krishna Avatara was shown to preach for acharam and anushtanam. That is why sage Vishwamitra says Kausalya Praja Rama Purva Sandhya Pravartate Uttishta Narashardhula Kartavyam Devam Annikam. That's why elders used to say the Lord first practiced before he preached. So try to do as Rama did and Krishna advised. If Srimad Ramayana is an epic, it is also a practical manual imparting the aradhana, the devotional worships. Even at the outset, the author of this Bhakti Kavyam is referred to as the cuckoo, the quail, perched on the tree of poetry, and Ramayana as the sweet music of the quail, of the bird. Kujantam Rama Rameti Madhuram Madhura Aksharam Aruhya Kavita Sakham Vande Valmiki Kokilam. In fact, Srimad Bhagavatam mentions, Prahlada lists down the 9 kinds of bhakti towards Vishnu. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnoho, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dasyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam, Shravanam, listening, Kirtanam, singing, Vishnoho, Smaranam, meditating on Vishnu, Padasevanam, surrendering at his feet, Archanam, offering worship, Archana, Vandanam, bowing down, Namaskaram, Dasyam, servitude, serving him, Sakyam, friendliness, being friendly towards him, and Atmanivedanam, performing Sharanagati, surrendering one's soul to Lord Vishnu, are these 9 kinds of bhakti. Prahlada mentions in Srimad Bhagavatam, and sage Valmiki illustrates all these 9 kinds through 9 characters for the divine bhakti, to foster bhakti. Shravanam, Shravana bhakti. Shrutautu Hanuman. Hanuman is an important character in the entire Srimad Ramayana. He was deeply involved in bhakti through listening. When after completing the mission of Avataram, Sri Rama invited Hanuman to Paramapadam, his lokam. Hanuman politely but firmly declined, saying, in Paramapadam one can hear only Samaganam. One can hear only Narayana Namam and not Rama Namam, Ramaganam. So if he were to go to Paramapadam, he would have to cast aside his present body that was blessed by the embrace of both Sri Rama and Sri Sita. He still has in his shoulder the fragrance of Sri Rama. That is why Hanuman is said to be present with folded hands and tears of joy rolling down his cheeks on hearing Rama Nama. Whenever, wherever Ramayana discourse takes place, yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam, tatra tatra kritam hastaka anjalim, bashpavari paripurna locham, marutim namata rakshasa antakam. That is Shravanam, Kirtana Bhakti, Valmika Bhu Kirtane. With the blessings of Brahma, sage Valmiki composed the entire epic with 24,000 slokas. Whether read or recited or sung or listened, set to instrumental music, it fills the hearts of both the performer and the listener with joy. Patye Geye Cha Madhuram, Tantri Laya Samanvitam, Sarva Shruti Manoharam. It was sung by the sage, it was taught by the sage and enjoyed. So, Kirtana Bhakti by Valmiki. Smarana Bhakti, Sita Smarane. When she was in Ashokavanam, Sri Sita was always remembering, thinking, contemplating of Lord Rama. The poet Valmiki describes this figuratively, riding on the chariot of her mind and holding the reins of thoughts of Rama as horses. She seemed mentally racing towards her Lord. Her mind was constantly filled with one thought of uniting with her Lord Rama, remembering his long hands touching his knees, his face exuding compassion on all beings at all times. Sita was always contemplating on him. Smarana Bhakti, Pada Sevana, Bharataha Paduka Sevane. Bharata was having unflinching devotion to Rama. As he returned from Kekaya country, he learnt from his mother that Kaikeyi and Kuni were responsible for Rama's exile. He was so overwhelmed with grief, dukkam, that he was so much so that he wanted to kill Kaikeyi, but could not do so because the virtuous Rama would not allow such an event, such an incident. He vowed in the presence of Vasishtha and others that if he were not able to bring back Rama to rule Ayodhya now, he himself would spend his entire life in the forest at the feet of Rama. When his entreaties failed, when he failed in his prayer plea to Rama coming back, and he obeyed Rama's command, he reluctantly returned holding the Paduka of Rama on his head and installed them at the throne outside Ayodhya in Nandigramam, but he himself remained at Nandigramam, acting as a trustee till the return of Rama. Archana Bhakti, Archayam Sabari. Sabari was living in the forest near Pampa Nadi. Matanga Muni and his Sishyas used to pass through the forest. She would pick fresh and tasty fruits and keep them on their way for the rishis and stay away from their vision. When Sabari, and she used to do painstakingly every day offering this service. So one day the sage inquired as to who is keeping all these fruits and flowers for us. When Sabari presented herself in front of the rishi, he blessed her and invited her to the ashram, where she did kainkaryam for the acharya and the sishyas until the time of ascent of the sage to Paramapadam. The sage, at the time when he was about to leave, advised her to wait till Sri Rama comes, and that after rendering Kaikaryam to him, she can reach the Sri Vaikuntham. From then on, she was anxiously awaiting the arrival of Rama. And when Rama came to her place along with Lakshmana, as directed by Kabanda, she offered him fresh fruits and dried fruits that she had carefully preserved for offering him to eat. She offered Argyam, Padyam, Achamaniyam. Rama was pleased with her Acharya Bhakti and granted her the boon to join her Acharya in Paramapada. Sabari Moksha Sakshi Bhutan. She had already was granted permission to go to Sri Vaikuntham by the Acharya. He is a Sakshi Bhutan. Rama was a witness for her to attain moksha. Through a streak of lightning, she ascended to Sri Vaikuntham in the presence of Rama. Vandana Bhakti. Here, Vibhishana. Vibhishana was the brother of Ravana, but was totally bereft of the characteristics natural to the Rakshasa. He was full of pious qualities, sattvic qualities. He advised Ravana repeatedly to hand over Sita back to Rama and save himself from doom, from destruction. But Ravana was angered by his advice. Ravana would not listen to the advice and called Vibhishana as a traitor. He could not tolerate anymore the wicked ways and the cruel words of Ravana. Vibhishana could not tolerate. Ityukta Parusham Vakyam Nyayavadi Vibhishanaha Utpapata Gadapani Chaturbhisaga Rakshasaihi. Parhaspatya Samhita says, immediately he left for where Rama was camping and surrendered himself at the feet of Rama. Nipapata Vibhishanaha Padayo Sharana Anveshi. As he took refuge at the feet of Rama, we see the example of Vandana Bhakti. Dasya Bhakti. Lakshmanaha Dasya. Lakshmana was born to serve Rama. Aham Sarvam Karishyami. Since he was born with the Kaikarya Sri, Vasishtha named him as Lakshmana. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampannaha. In Valmiki's words, for 14 long years he got separated from his wife Urmila and went in exile to accompany Rama and rendered all Kaikaryam, all kinds of Kaikaryam, like a dedicated servant. Rama acknowledges this when he says, Yevam Vaichate Bhaktai Bhavishyati Sudarshita in Ayodhya Kandam. We see several instances of Dasya Bhakti of Lakshmana in this epic Srimad Ramayana. Sakya Bhakti. Sakya, Sugrivan. What is Sakya? It is love, affection, friendship, respect between equals, as illustrated by Thiruvalluvar. Just like the hands of a person whose garment, whose veshti has loosened, automatically the hand proceeds to tighten it up, hold it, before the person even realizes it. A true friend is one who rushes to help his friend when indeed a friend in need is a friend indeed. When needed, without being asked for, the friend rushes to rescue. உடுக்கை இழந்தவன் கைப்போல அங்கே இடுக்கன் களைவதாம் நட்பு. Sugriva regarded Rama as such a true friend and sought his friendship with fire as a witness, Agni Sakshi. He said, I am scared to death by Vali. Please grant me protection. So, we find Sakya Bhakti here in Sugriva. Atma Nivedanam. Jatayu. When Rama, Sita and Lakshmana proceeded to Panchavati, they met Jatayu, the eagle, who introduced himself as a close friend of Dasharatha, and Arunan, the son of Garuda, and promised his help. When Ravana abducted Sita, he gave a stiff fight to Ravana with his sharp beak and nails tearing down his umbrella, the Venkotra Kudai. his samaram. He tore the fan, the samaram, and he smashed his chariot to pieces, cutting off the 10 hands of the left side which were holding Sita. And Ravana was bleeding. Only when Ravana cut off his wings of Jatayu and the legs, his body fell to the ground. Due to Sita's kataksham blessing, his life breath stayed put till Rama came, and he informed Rama of the abduction of Sita by Ravana. Finally, only when Rama gently stroked him, he cast his mortal coil. So Jatayu moksham was granted by Rama. When Sita asked him to inform Rama of her plight, Jatayu promised with auspicious word, Subham Giram. While describing this, Valmiki uses the word Sriman to refer to Jatayu. Vanaspati Gata Sriman Vyajahara Shubham Giram. It should be noted that the poet uses the same word Sriman to Vibhishana, Antarikshagata Sriman, and Gajendra, Satu Nagavara Sriman. Thus it is only appropriate to call the epic a bhakti work with the 9 kinds of bhakti. Such a beautiful manner Swami explains. So, in fact, Rama's name kindles bhakti in our minds. Nothing is needed to be done for one who has determined devotion, bhakti to Rama. In fact, Tulsidas, Swami says, Acharyan writes, Tulsidas says that it should be like the multiplication of number 9, because Navami is 9. You multiply 9 by 2, it is 18, and add 1 plus 8, it is 9. 9 times 1, 9, no change, perfect merit. 9 times 2, 18, add, you get 9. So by reciting Ramayana, one acquires merit 1 and defect 8. 9 times 3, 27. By reciting Rama Namam with Rama Bhakti, merit moves up to 2 and doshams reduced to 7. 9 times 4, 36. The merit gets augmented, say, at 8. So 9 times 4, 36. And defect gets reduced to 1 at 9 times 9, 81. It goes on and on. When 9 times 9, 81, when the Rama Namam is recited, is uttered with fullest devotion, the merits gets enhanced to 8 and the defects get reduced to 1. So 9 times 10 equals 90. Here Rama Bhakti makes the person perfect and blemishless. Tulsidas explains the glory, the divinity of Rama Namam, so that even children could understand. So there is no end talking about the greatness of Rama Namam, the greatness of Rama, the greatness of Asmad Acharyan's Ramabhiranek poem. It's my humble prayer to all Tamil lovers, all Rama lovers, all Rama Bhaktas, to read the book series Ramabhiranek poem. It's such a simple, lucidly written Tamil book. Such a wonderful manner Acharyan had referred to various works, and he has wonderfully compiled. With the beauty of the book is intricate, difficult points in simple Tamil, which can be understood and appreciated by all. Some of the quotations have been given even from Kamban, Tulasi, Anarga Ramayanam, Adhyatma Ramayanam, several works. In fact, the 2 important points of Vaishnavite philosophy, the Sharanagati and Bhagavata Kaikarya, are highlighted at appropriate places, drawing parallels from other holy texts. The title given to each chapter are themselves very interesting and pregnant with meaning. The several alternative interpretations given by Swami Striyam Purusha Vigraham in Ayodhya Kantam, Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi in our novel, innovative, engrossing, thought-provoking. Rama's comprehensive and elaborate advice to Bharata on the duties and responsibility of the ruler of the country is of eternal, perennial interest, important, even applicable even today. Such a beautiful manner, Swami even explains about Vatsa Rama Dhanuh Pashya. There is a beautiful sloka where Vishwamitra tells Rama, Vatsa Rama Dhanuh Pashya. Vatsa Kualande Rama, and the villai konjam paar. The way Swami explains, taking the cue of Periyavachan Pillai Vyakyanam, Tanishlokam, Ramayana Tanishlokam. Vatsa, why did he not say Veera Rama? Vatsa Rama, oh my child Rama, please look at the bow. The tenderness, the dhvani, the gesture of using these words to address exclusively. So nice. When he said Vatsa, Lakshmana got up. He thought he wanted Lakshmana to look at the bow. Vatsa Rama, immediately Lakshmana sat down and Ramachandra got up. And as the command of sage, Dhanuh Pashya, please look at the bow before you. Why did he say Dhanuh Pashya? He could have said simply look, because he was looking somewhere else. He was distracted. So look at the bow, not to Sita now, look at the bow. And so nicely he mentions Vatsarama Dhanuh Pashya. When a child lifts something heavy, it finds itself difficulty to put it down. So elders have to help the child to put that heavy object down safely. Sage Vishwamitra had a lingering thought that Rama lifting the bow and then having difficulty in putting down the mighty bow in its box. So he hinted that Rama should think carefully about the lifting. Dhanuh Pashya. First Dhanu. It's a Dhanus. So look at it, don't touch it. Sage intention was to return his charge, Kodanda Raman, whom he had borrowed from King Dasharathan as Kalyana Raman. So he accepted him from Dasharatha as Kodanda Raman. Now he wants to return to him as Kalyana Raman. That is why for some reason Rama as a young prince was unable to lift the Shiva Dhanush. Then the assembled kings at the Swayamvaram, who had earlier failed in lifting the bow, would blame sage Vishwamitra for his stupidity to encourage a teenage boy to pursue such an impossible task. That's why he said, Vatsarama Dhanuh Pashya, please evaluate the course of action. And the sage looked at Rama in a meaningful manner, hinting to go ahead to the omnipotent Sarveshwara to lift the bow and win the hand of his Devi. Go ahead. Even though he said Dhanuh Pashya, look at it. But he said, go ahead. In fact, the great Ashukavi Sarvabhauma Srinidhi Swami, the father of our illustrious Acharya Sri Karunagaracharya Swami, he wrote on the Vatsarama Dhanuh Pashya in one slokam in his prize-winning composition Manju Ramayana. He says, Bhrigubangam as Asadya Munishwarasya Chapasya Bangam Manasa Vibhavya Utpatya Shigram Raghuvamsa Nataha Hastena Jagraha Purari Chapam. One could go on with Vyakyanams of this slokam, but the actual meaning of this slokam by Sri Srinidhi Swami was following the eyebrow bending of sage Vishwamitra, following his eyebrows, Vatsarama Dhanuh Pashya. When he saw the eyebrow of Valmiki, sage of Vishwamitra, approving him to look at the bow, looking at the bow, looking at the eyebrows, thinking it as a suggestion to bend the bow, like the eyebrows are bent, like the eyebrows are linked to the divine bow as they have geometric similarity. The Lord gets up fast from his seat, grabs the Shiva's bow in his hand. So, such a beautiful manner we enjoyed this Valmiki Ramayanam on this auspicious Rama Janmadina. Adiyan. Dhanyosmi.